Put in. Okay, so how many group boards should I be on? So I recommend being on about 10 to 15 total. You don't want to have way too many where you look extremely spammy and you're like, people just go to your profile and just see an overwhelming amount of group boards and not enough personal boards. So yeah, 10 to 15 total. You can rotate these group boards out by kind of checking out your analytics and seeing which ones aren't bringing you much traffic and then deleting those and adding new ones so that you can be on, be testing out different ones. But whenever you join a new one, make sure to get rid of a underperforming one so you're not, on way too many. I guess you could go up to 20, but any more than that, it starts looking a little spammy and just like you're constantly sending your pins to group boards and not, you're just overdoing it essentially. So yeah, 20 max, I would say. And like I said, you can just rotate them out so you're not on a billion at a time, but you're still able to get the best ROI. Okay? So how do I join group boards? So this is something a lot of people kind of ask, and I thought it'd be important to include. So usually the directions for joining group boards will be in the board's description of that specific group board. So it will say like, to join this group board, please follow me and send me a message, or follow me the board and send me a message, or follow me the board and fill out this form. They will have some type of instructions in the description if they want you to join the group board. So just look in the board description and it should say that. If they're not accepting contributors anymore, most of the time the people will update the board to say that. So don't waste your time applying for those because you're just not going to hear back, or they're going to be like, oh, we're full. So yeah, make sure it doesn't say that in the board description or you'll be wasting your time. Another thing to keep in mind when you're looking for group boards is looking for group boards with a decent following. So you want to have a board that has over 1K followers because you don't want to be pinning to a board that is, doesn't have a lot of followers. Like if you have more followers than the board, it's not going to be beneficial to you. So boards with a decent amount of following, but less than 100 contributors if possible. So 50 to 75 is good in my opinion, but if it has less than 100, you should be good too. But the ones that start getting like 200, 300, 400 people contributing, even if they have a high following, your posts are going to get buried. So there's no use in being on those humongous contributor boards because it's just not going to be beneficial to you because your posts are just going to constantly be buried by other people's. So yeah, those are just some things to keep in mind when you're looking for group boards to join. So actually, how do I find these group boards? So there are two ways to find these group boards. You can go to pengroupie.com or you can check out what others in your niche are doing. And I'm going to talk about these two on the next couple slides. So PenGroupie. You may have already heard of PenGroupie, but if not, PenGroupie is a website that lets you search for group boards in a variety of different niches. It's really easy to use. You just go on there, you type what you're looking for, pick the category, click enter, and a bunch will populate. So the only bad thing about this website is that it's not always up to date. For the longest time, they hadn't updated it in over a year, but now they're like updating it every so often, so it's a little more up to date than it used to be, but it's still not like super frequent that they update it. So yeah, just make sure that the boards that you're looking at are up to date. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting your time because, those people may not be even actively checking that board anymore. There may not be people actively pinning, and that wouldn't be worth it to you. So that's a con, but if you can find active group boards in there, it's worth it. So another way to find group boards to join is going to be looking at what your competitors are doing. So this allows you to see what group boards that people in your niche are on and join those. And this is my favorite way to go about it just because it's less time consuming than browsing PenGroupie because I can just type in like 5 to 10 people in my niche and see what group boards they're on and join them. And then I think it's just more up to date because these people are actively pinning and they're not going to waste their time being on group boards that aren't bringing them any traffic or anything. So it's just easier in the long run. But yeah, that is it for this lesson. Basically all about how to join group boards. But if you have any questions, let me know.